William Wilberforce was a politician, a remarkable politician in Britain, in the UK. He's remarkable because he got elected to be an MP in the British Parliament when he was just 21 years old and was still attending university. But in his early mid-20s, about 24, 25 years old, he became a Christian. And after he became a Christian, he set the rest of his life and his career on one purpose and one purpose only, and that was to make it illegal, the slave trade illegal, which was no small feat, because much of the British economy, much of the British expansion of the entire, most powerful empire in this time on the world was driven by the slave trade. So when he stands up there, he's standing up in Parliament, and time after time after time, and he says some very, very powerful things. And what's amazing is that after 20 years, over 20 years of this fight, he was successful, and the first law was put into place. In 1833, the British Parliament passed the Slavery Abolition Act, making it illegal in the British Empire to own slaves. Remarkable. But William Wilberforce also wrote a book called Real Christianity. Sounds like somebody was saying the same things. I was like, oh. And this is what he said in this book. Look at this. This is a quote from it. It says, "Is it not the great end of religion, and in particular the glory of Christianity, to extinguish the malignant passions, including slavery, to curb violence, to control the appetites, and to smooth the asperities of men, to make us compassionate and love and forgiving one another, to make us good husbands, good fathers, good friends, and to render us active and useful in the discharge of the relative social and civil duties." In other words, that's Parliament talk for, isn't it? Come on, isn't it the role of Christianity to impact the world and do this? Isn't it our job? This is what he's saying. It's not Parliament's. Isn't it our job as Christians to set the captives free? Isn't it our job? 1833, they passed the law. The impact of that one law being passed had ripple effects on the rest of the world. And in particularly in India, under British thing, and 8 to 9 million slaves were set free in India. Like, amazing. And in 1890, the Brussels Conference Act of 1890 made it illegal around the world for slaves to be owned, slavery to be owned. All led by a believer who took the word of God, in particular the book of Philemon and the promise of Jesus and the words of Jesus, and said, "This is our job," and stood up and made this kind of impact. Isn't that amazing? Now, what's sad today is that while slavery is illegal, there's an illegal slave trade happening. In fact, the International Labor Organization reports that at any given time, it's an estimated that 40.3 million people are in modern slavery. The UN reports that number to be at least 27 million. Either way, 27 million, 40 million, way too much. What's heartbreaking about this is that over half of those are reported to be children. And what's even more heartbreaking is that 1.2 million children are estimated to be in sex trafficking slavery right now. 1.2 million children. What's even worse is that, do you know what the leading income around the world is right now? An estimated $150 billion a year is profited from in human trafficking, just surpassing the drug trade. So, with that being said, I don't think our job's done yet. Hey, church? I don't think, when I read history and I went, okay, 100% of the slave trade and slavery being made illegal can be credited to Jesus and his followers. I dare you to find an abolitionist who wasn't a believer. It's remarkable, remarkable, remarkable. But our job's not done yet. William Wilberforce said this: you may choose to look the other way, but you can never say again that you did not know.